Picture this. A ship sails into a calm sea, the sky is clear, the crew is relaxed. Then, out of nowhere, the compass spins wildly, the radio goes dead, and poof! The ship vanishes. No wreckage, no distress call, no trace. Or imagine a plane soaring through the clouds, only to disappear from radar without a single clue. Where are we? The Bermuda Triangle. For over a century, this patch of ocean has swallowed ships, planes, and stories, leaving behind one of the greatest mysteries of our time. Is it a portal to another dimension? A magnetic anomaly? Or just a stretch of ocean with a bad rap? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the Bermuda Triangle, unraveling its history, debunking its myths, and exploring the science behind the disappearances. By the end of this, you'll know whether the triangle is a true enigma or just a legend that's been hyped up for too long. Let's get started. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, spans roughly 500,000 to 1,500,000 square miles of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a loosely defined region connecting Miami, Florida, Bermuda, an island 600 miles off the US coast, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. This area isn't marked on any official map, but it's infamous for one thing. Things go in and sometimes they don't come out. Over the years, it's been blamed for the disappearance of over 50 ships and 20 planes, with some estimates claiming thousands of lives lost. But here's the kicker. What makes this place so captivating isn't just the vanishings, it's the why. Is it aliens? Time warps? Or something far less spooky? Let's rewind and start with the history that turned this patch of ocean into a global legend. The Bermuda Triangle's mystique didn't just pop up overnight. It's built on centuries of strange tales and unexplained events. The first whispers of something weird in this region go back to the age of exploration. Christopher Columbus himself sailed through the triangle in 1492. In his logs, he wrote about bizarre compass readings and a strange light in the sky. Some say it was a meteor. Others say it was something otherworldly. Fast forward to the 19th century and we start hearing about ships vanishing without a trace. One of the earliest documented cases was the USS Cyclops in 1918, a massive Navy cargo ship with 309 people on board. It sailed from Barbados, headed for Baltimore, and then nothing. No wreckage, no bodies, no answers. The US Navy still lists it as one of their greatest unsolved mysteries. But it wasn't just ships. By the mid-20th century, planes started disappearing too. The most famous case? Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 Navy Avenger bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training mission. 14 men were on board, led by an experienced pilot, Lieutenant Charles Taylor. They were flying over the triangle when their compasses started acting up. Taylor radioed confused, saying they couldn't tell which way was west. Then their transmissions got weirder. Everything looked strange, even the ocean. And then, silence. A rescue plane sent to find them also vanished, with 13 more men lost. No debris, no crash site, nothing. This wasn't just a tragedy. It was the spark that lit the Bermuda Triangle legend. Flight 19 hit the headlines and suddenly the Bermuda Triangle was everywhere. Magazines, books, and later movies and TV shows, they all leaned into the mystery. In the 1970s, the triangle became a pop culture juggernaut. Books like The Bermuda Triangle by Charles Berlitz sold millions, spinning tales of alien abductions, sea monsters, and even lost cities like Atlantis swallowing ships whole. Hollywood jumped in with films like The Bermuda Triangle in 1978, blending fact and fiction until no one knew what was real anymore. The triangle wasn't just a place, it was a story that hooked us because it played on our deepest fears. The fear of the unknown, the fear of disappearing without a trace. But here's the thing, every good story needs a villain, and the Bermuda Triangle became the perfect one. It was mysterious, unpredictable, and just plausible enough to keep us guessing. So what exactly were people saying caused these vanishings? Let's dive into the myths and see which ones hold water and which ones sink. Okay, let's have some fun and unpack the wildest theories about the Bermuda Triangle. Buckle up, because some of these are out there. First up, the compass malfunction theory. The idea is that the triangle has some kind of magnetic anomaly that makes compasses go haywire. Sounds spooky, right? There's even a claim that the triangle is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north align, messing up navigation. But here's the truth. Compasses do act differently in certain spots due to Earth's magnetic field, but it's not unique to the triangle. Pilots and sailors have known how to adjust for this for centuries. Plus, modern GPS doesn't rely on magnetic compasses, so this theory, it's more of a historical hiccup than a mystery. Next up, the time warp theory. Yes, you heard that right. Some people believe the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to another dimension, or a time vortex. This one got a boost from a 1970s story about a pilot who claimed he flew through a strange cloud in the triangle and somehow arrived at his destination 30 minutes early, despite his plane's speed. Time travel? Cool story, but there's zero evidence to back it up. It's more likely the pilot miscalculated his flight time or caught a strong tailwind. Sorry, no TARDIS here. Then we've got the alien abduction theory. UFOs swooping down, snatching ships and planes straight out of a sci-fi flick. This one gained traction after Flight 19, with some claiming extraterrestrials were behind the disappearances. But let's be real. If aliens are out there, why pick a random patch of ocean to play hide and seek? There's no physical evidence, no alien tech, no crop circles in the waves. It's a fun idea, but it's pure speculation. One of the more scientific-sounding theories is methane gas eruptions. The idea is that huge bubbles of methane gas could burst from the ocean floor, reducing water density and causing ships to sink like rocks. For planes, the gas could ignite in the air, causing explosions. It's a cool hypothesis, and methane deposits do exist in the ocean. But studies show these eruptions are rare and wouldn't explain the majority of disappearances. Plus, no one's ever caught one in action in the triangle. Now let's talk numbers. The Bermuda Triangle has been blamed for hundreds of disappearances, but is it really that deadly? Researchers like Larry Cushy, who wrote The Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved in 1975, dug into the data. He found that many so-called mysterious vanishings weren't mysterious at all. Some ships sank in storms, others were found later, and some were never even in the triangle to begin with. When you compare the number of incidents in the triangle to other busy ocean routes, like the North Atlantic or the Pacific, the triangle doesn't stand out as unusually dangerous. It's a busy shipping and flight corridor, so of course accidents happen. The real mystery? Why we keep calling it a mystery. So if the myths don't hold up, what's really going on? Let's put on our science hats and explore the explanations that actually make sense. The Atlantic Ocean is no joke, and the Bermuda Triangle sits right in the middle of some of its wildest weather. This region is a hotspot for hurricanes, massive storms with winds over 74 miles per hour that can toss ships like toys and down planes with ease. The triangle also lies in the path of the Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current that can create unpredictable conditions. Add in sudden squalls, waterspouts and rogue waves that can reach over 100 feet high, and you've got a recipe for trouble. In fact, many of the triangle's famous disappearances happened during bad weather. The USS Cyclops? It sailed into a storm. Flight 19, caught in turbulent conditions. Mother Nature doesn't need aliens or time warps to wreak havoc. Then there's human error. Sailing or flying through the triangle isn't a walk in the park. The region's dotted with shallow reefs, tricky currents, and islands that can confuse even seasoned navigators. Back in the day, navigation relied heavily on compasses and celestial navigation, both prone to mistakes. Take Flight 19's Lieutenant Taylor. He was an experienced pilot, but he'd never flown in the triangle before. His compasses failed, and he misjudged his position, leading his squadron in circles until they ran out of fuel. Human error doesn't sound as sexy as a sea monster, but it's a lot more likely. And let's not forget equipment failure. Radios in the 1940s weren't exactly iPhones. They could cut out at the worst times. Many ships and planes didn't have the advanced tech we take for granted today, like GPS or satellite communication. If a storm hit and your radio died, you were on your own. Oh, and that lost ships myth? Here's a fun fact. Most of the ships listed as vanished in the triangle were later found, either wrecked on reefs or sunk in storms. The Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker that disappeared in 1963, debris was found pointing to a structural failure, not a supernatural one. So, if weather, human error, and equipment issues explain most of the disappearances, why does the Bermuda Triangle still haunt us? Let's look at what modern science and technology have uncovered. Today, we've got tools Columbus and Flight 19 could only dream of. Sonar, satellite tracking, and underwater drones have let us explore the ocean like never before. Scientists have mapped parts of the triangle's seafloor, revealing underwater features like deep trenches and methane vents, but nothing that screams mystery solved. Expeditions, like those by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, have studied the triangle's weather patterns and currents. Their verdict? It's a tough place to navigate, but it's not cursed. Modern navigation has also changed the game. GPS, radar, and real-time weather tracking mean ships and planes are far less likely to get lost. In fact, disappearances in the triangle have dropped dramatically since the 1980s. Coincidence? Nope. Better tech means fewer mysteries. But researchers haven't stopped digging. In 2016, scientists discovered massive underwater craters off the coast of Norway that could be linked to methane eruptions. Could similar craters exist in the triangle? Maybe, but we haven't found them yet. So what do we know so far? The Bermuda Triangle is a fascinating puzzle, but the evidence points to natural causes. Storms, currents, human mistakes, not aliens or Atlantis. Yet even with all this science, the triangle still captures our imagination. Why? Because we love a good mystery. It's human nature to look at the unknown and fill in the blanks with wild ideas. And the triangle? It's the perfect blank canvas. Let's wrap this up. The Bermuda Triangle has been blamed for everything from alien abductions to time warps. But when you peel back the layers, it's less about the supernatural and more about the power of nature and human error. Storms, currents, and navigational challenges have claimed ships and planes for centuries, and the triangle's busy shipping lanes just amplify those risks. The data tells us it's not statistically more dangerous than other parts of the ocean, but the stories? They keep the mystery alive. Even with science on our side, the Bermuda Triangle reminds us that the ocean is vast, unpredictable, and still full of secrets. Maybe that's why it's held our attention for so long. It's a reminder that there's always more to explore, more to learn. So, what do you think? Is the triangle just a stretch of ocean with bad luck? Or is there something else out there? Dive into the comments, share your thoughts, and let's keep the conversation going. If you love this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more adventures into the world's greatest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.